morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Brian Netto, and it is the start of another fantastic week of racing here at Gulfstream Park. Main track is fast. We have the all-weather Tapeta. You can see the turf course looking good. They're working on it. We should be back on the grass in a couple of weeks. And, of course, around the country, it is Belmont weekend. And, of course, always exciting. People are all around going to Silk Simulcast Center. And, Brian, good morning.
Opening up early there in Silks. Good morning, Ronnie. Just before noon, early tomorrow as well. Big day. We got a strong 11 race card. 3 stakes tomorrow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card, too.
Yeah.
Pretty
really
good.
card.
And today, of course, we had the mandatory payout on the Rainbow Six on Sunday, so we're starting anew. And it's always a great day to play it. And as if you watch, we always get $50,000, $60,000 in that pool on when it comes back, and it's a good day to play it.
I agree totally. It was a very formful day on Sunday, so hopefully you got that on Sunday. But come on back, race 4 today. Ronnie's got a ticket for you coming up in a little bit.
Yep, and Brian's got a ticket for you right now. And race 1 is going to be 5.5 furlongs on Tapeta. It's a claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which is never won 2 in life. Not many scratches on the card. Of course, Jason Bean, who's joining us today, he'll update you on all that stuff when we get done here. And Brian, let's take a look at your early pick 5 ticket.
Kicks off, rip the Band-Aid off in the opener. You can see it there. Race number 2 is the 6. That is Hot Rod Honey. Show some work out there for Carlos David. Very, very impressive, at least in the AM. Race 3, it's the 4, Blue Moon Fire, a newcomer over from Fairgrounds. Race 4, I've got the 7, Always True. And 3 scratches on the card. One of them happened to be my long shot. So in race number 5, I scratch in to the 5, and that is UFO. Trying to score that elusive, Ronnie, first victory for Kathleen O.
Well, I very rarely have my long shot in the first race. I do today with the number 5 horse, but I want to hear about the horse that you're singling in here to start the day, and that is the number 2, My Perfect Lady.
This is, wow, you don't have this horse anywhere. This is my best bet of the day, My Perfect Lady, who on Tapeta 2 starts back caught a group that was just way, way better than this. She kind of chased early through hot fractions. Tired a little bit, but not that badly, all things considered. And now I think for the first time since Carlos David claimed her, she's at the proper level. She's not a 2-turn turf horse. She could be going the wrong way. I get it, but I just think she's way too good for a group like this.
Well, the horse I like is 5-1 in there. I was hoping to get a little bit more. Maybe I will. It's in timing. Number 1 is the drop. I like the drop. I like the fact that this horse showed speed going long on the grass, cutting back to 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta for Top Connections in Rohan Greighton. She's having a fantastic meeting. Micah Husbands, when they hook up together, they're like 27%. I just think that this is a way to start the day with a long shot, and I love that angle, and more importantly, I like the drop. The problem is, do I hook up with your horse?
I don't think so. I don't think she's remotely quick enough, so we'll see, especially off those routes.
Right.
We'll see. It's a good post for her. I would think she'll be somewhat close.
Yeah, no, I didn't think she'd be on the lead.
Close enough, right.
I don't think she'll be on the lead. With that said, in second, I have the 7, Amande, and we have a video from Happy Holter's horse. Horse, I think I beat a nose.
Yeah, this is the last time she was seen. This is in the middle of March in the championship meet. It's a big-time effort here. Settled early in 3rd, right off the hot split. She kind of trips out a little bit because you can see the 2 horses up front are flying and pressuring each other. Get the win is the 7. That's who wins this race. Amande splits the speeds because wildly speedy, as you can see in your form. She does run 3rd. It's a good run for Amande. The problem is you have to ask yourself now, where you been? Because we write a lot of these races, and typically, especially a guy like Happy, if you're in form, you're going to meet the starter, and she has not since March 15th. So that's a little bit of an issue, but she's a huge threat in here, Ron.
Yeah, definitely going to take some action in there. Second choice on the morning line. Current favorite right now, very tepid, is the 3. That horse, on Monday. Going to race number 2 this afternoon, and this one is 5 furlongs, and it's for state-bred maiden filly 2-year-olds. No scratches or jockey changes in there, and you're all hopped up about number 6 Hot Rod Honey for Carlos David.
Normally, I would never pick a horse like this because the barn is 1 for 39
Yeah,
with first time.
I
But that's
know.
impossible
I
for
know,
a guy that's like
I-
27%.
Thus being in second for me.
Right, it's impossible, but I want to show you Hot Rod Honey. She worked twice on XBTV. A lot of works this weekend with these 2-year-olds were on XBTV, so we kind of beat them up a little bit sometimes, and when we don't see them, we got to give them credit when we do see them. She is inside of Dorothy, and I don't think at the end of the day Dorothy's going to be Arundel's best horse. There's by no stretch of the imagination, but she is dragging Dorothy along the track here, and she worked really good inside of Strike Go on May 17th. And look at this. Goodbye. So this is a really good work. And like I said, I don't think all that much of Dorothy, but this is very, very strong. The post is perfect today. I'm not going to look at the double wheel pace and tell you anything right now, but I want to look at the double wheel pace after race 1. This is a horse you want to see really, really bet hard on the tote board.
I did go with Laura L, who's stretching out 2-5 furlongs today. And I want to show you stat. I'm playing the percentages with Jose D'Angelo here. His 2-year-old's making his second start. 29%, 59%, and that's a positive return of investment. Got the old race under its belt. Got beat by True Blessing, that first time started from Todd Pletcher. So I just thought, Laura L, you know, I'm always a sucker for previous experience. I always look that way. If Hot Rod Honey beats me, okay, but I wasn't getting beat. I mean, I got her in second,
Right,
you know.
right.
And so we'll see how it is. I said, you know, I'm going to get in trouble. So I have to not say that for sure. I'm not allowed to say, you know. So it's only one.
We're going to see more about this race tomorrow. Silver Magic is in. That was for Carlos David,
Right.
I do believe.
Right.
We did not like that race at all.
Yeah.
That Todd Pletcher horse that won was
Yeah.
like a plow horse
Right.
in the morning. So the verdict is out on that race. You know what was odd? This horse didn't take a cent of money for Jose D'Angelo, 7-1 in that spot. But I agree, she's the big danger here.
You know, Double Magic. I just want to touch on Double Magic for Louis Ramirez. This horse, he's winning races at a 23% rate. He doesn't start a lot of horses, but he's good with first-time starters and he's good with 2-year-olds with a limited sampling. Maybe get a horse like this. Who's riding better than Diego Herrera?
No
Going to
one.
sit an outside trip this afternoon. You know what happens with these first-time starters on the inside, or even second-time starters when they're 2. Maybe a horse like that. Brian's got it on his ticket.
Yeah.
I think maybe you use that for a Trier Super in there.
She worked okay on the 13th. I didn't like the work on the 30th. That was on XBTV. This is a half to a horse that wanted to run long on turf. We'll see if this is just a starting off point today.
Race 3 this afternoon. We're going to sprint at 5 on the Tapeta Maiden Claimers for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Once again, no scratches, very few scratches on today's card. And you can go a lot of different ways in here, Brian. And you went with Blue Moon Fire for Angel Rodriguez.
Coming over from Fairgrounds. She hasn't been seen since her debut in New Orleans there on January the 25th. One work was online. It was the April 10th work, and I know it was 19th of 20th on the sheet, but they had a big hold of this Daughter of Volatile. She was just in about second or third gear, gaps in the work. I don't think this is the toughest group for her to come over and give a try, Ron. They bet her that day at 7-2. She chased and then stopped a little bit. We'll see what she gets today. I like this group for her today. Your horse, to me, clearly the one to beat.
Yeah, the Handicapping 101. The Kuramoto, this one from Victor Barboza Jr. You look at his debut, 5.5 furlongs, gets beat a half length, goes over to Tampa, tries maiden special weight competition on the dirt. Didn't work out that well.
Right.
Come back, looks like a good spot.
Yeah, I agree totally, because that race sticks out like a sore thumb, especially against a group like this. Good post for her as well. And Victor's, he's fine with debut runners, but you think you're going to get a little better in their next start. So this kind of sort of is her next start, because she didn't like the dirt over at Tampa. She's back on Tapeta today.
Let's show you stat, too, with the horses going from dirt to Tapeta for him. He's 18%, which is actually a little low for him. 48% in the money. 183 is the return of investment. But, hey, I'm not reading that much into it because of the performance of the horse in its debut. And you know how well he's doing. But Victor always winning at about a 25% clip. I wanted to ask you about the one horse in here, Brian, that you have a little further down. I have in second, Relentless Lady for Heather Smullen. Again, good debut on the Tapeta, albeit back in January. Comes back, tries the turf. shows that speed, only gets beat 1 1/4 lengths in here. I thought that was a good race.
Heck yeah, and it was off a layoff, too. She didn't run poorly at all. The problem is she's going to have to lead this group all the way around. I think there's a lot of speed to her outside. It's kind of a big ask to have her last because your horse is going to get all the best of it. I would think my horse is not going to be on the lead. You've got pace coming from the 2, and we're going to show you the 3. I'm sure you're going to get speed from the 3, too.
Scent of a Garlic will show you that work. And this one happens to be half a Gabaldon, who we know very well, 2 stakes winner on the turf.
And you're in for 35?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Watch this horse get quarter horsed here, Ronnie. Watch how fast she is once she gets in gear here. Yowzer, she's going to absolutely blast off here. They're basically quarter horsing her, and look at her. Vroom, here she goes. Obviously, they're asking her, no doubt about that, but she is very, very fast. Look at her run through the lane here. It's odd. It's very odd that she is in for 35 because, as Ronnie alluded to, she's a half to Gabaldon, who's actually going to be in for a tag later this weekend. The Royal Palm winner who went over to Europe and ran so well.
Well, she was precocious. She hasn't been doing too well,
No,
Gabaldon.
he is not. But you would not think a filly that is kin to him would be in for 35. It's a little odd.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Just interesting breeding on that horse. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'll have my Rainbow Six ticket. We're starting all new this afternoon at Gulfstream Park as far as the Rainbow Six goes.
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Well, I think what My Racehorse does is it gives owners an opportunity to get involved in the game.
Very much enjoy sharing the barn visits and those big wins.
Straight no chaser in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
It allows everybody to come together to own a horse, whether you own a microfraction or you own 50%. It's the same feeling you get when they win.
I'm Dan Blacker.
I'm Safi Joseph Jr.
I'm Todd Fletcher, a trainer for My Racehorse.
Sees the blaze, wins the Preakness.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, Ron and Brian. 4th race is going to be 1 mile and 1/16 on Topeka. It's a claimer for 3-year-olds and upward, and we have those scratches in the race. And as I mentioned, kicks off the Rainbow Six. I'll show you my ticket right now, and we'll talk about this 4th race. Race number 5 this afternoon, 3 deep for me. My top pick is the number 5 in there, and that is UFO. And for Kathleen O'Connor was going great. I'm going to just use Reza Rolex. I think this is a spot where this horse should win. Race number 7, 3 deep. Top pick is the 7, Animestic. Race number 8, 2 for me in there. I like the 7, Rukja. I think 2-1 on the morning line for Ken Squeezy. And in the last race, I think the race goes through the number 4 horse in there. The kid is back, but I used a couple other horses trying to get a bomber with Doc Holliday. And also the number 7, Candied, up for Safi Joseph Jr. and Micah Husbands. Getting back to this 4th race, I know you started it off with Always True. You want to show the video of Always True and Frosted Punk?
I think we have to,
Yeah.
right? It's the race goes through those 2. You've got them reversed. Watch what's going to happen here. Frosted Punk is going to be 2nd. This is the race on April 24th.
Right.
Frosted Punk is going to be 2nd. I really want you to concentrate on Always True, who's going to be 3rd and a quarter length behind Frosted Punk. Always True never is able to get off the fence, and she's even a little tight here. He is entering the far turn, but it's more the stretch run that he was never able to get off the fence, while Frosted Punk comes down the crown of the track, which we've talked about now for the better part of 5 years, is really where you want to be. Whereas I'm not going to call it the rail. We'll call it inside-ish. That's a word, Ron. Yeah. And you can see Always True never is able to get off the inside, while Frosted Punk down the crown of the track where you want to be, always on Topeka. I'd like to think Always True will not get a rail run today, and I would like to think that he can turn the tables on Frosted Punk. One keynote thing Kathleen O'Connell on your pick is going so good right now. I don't know how good she was going back then.
Always true. That was his last race. Frosted Punk
Yeah.
already has a race. This is two
Yeah.
back for him. So the horse Frosted Punk has got a race over the turf course, over at a mile and a 16th, and doesn't get beat that badly in that race.
Nope.
Came up empty in that race, but it was on the turf. And as we always mention, horses that run on the turf and run okay are usually a tad better than horses that run on the Tapeta,
Oh,
I
for
would
sure.
say, unless, depending on where they are placed, of course. But that was the idea for the flip-flop.
Yeah.
2 back for 1 in the last race. Always true, hasn't been seen
Yep.
since that race. The one horse in the inside Tapstick finally figured it out last time out, and it's a 12th start and got claimed.
Yeah, and I think it's very significant that finally, what a refuser Tapstick was. Neck losses. He blew the doors down last time, and I think that's significant because the light bulb, Ronnie, is going on.
Still don't get that one. Sorry.
These lifetime maidens, they can come back and win when they finally, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to win these races. I think you have to use him for sure.
Isn't it good when the light bulb goes off? I mean, boom, it went off. No?
I don't think so.
Race 5 this afternoon, 1 mile on the fast main track. These are maiden claimers and 3-year-olds number. Here's where we had a couple of scratches in here with the one Live to Run. Was that your long shot?
2.
The 2 was Jimmy the Saint, 10-1 on the morning line. Not going to compete today, so narrowed down to a 5-horse field where the late pick 5 is going to start.
And we'll kick it off right here. I don't trust UFO. I don't trust anybody, especially after losing my top pick. I do trust Reese's Rolex, who was 1-2 on the morning line. It might be looking at about 1-9 at post time, Ronnie. In race number 7, I've got the 2 Batera. In race number 8, there's your spread. I am with you because I'm going with the turf runners in the Tapeta race, and it's the 3 Viking Quest in the 7 Rakia. That's Ronnie's top pick. And in race 9, I got Safi too. I got the other Safi. I don't think Love You Charlie is the other Safi though. I think Ronnie might be on the other Safi. I'll show you why with the workouts. There you go there, but I did use the other. Both Safis. How about that?
Well, I also had the one on top.
Oh, you
So
did?
I had the one live
Wind
to ride
runner,
on
okay.
top. Live to ride on top, not Jimmy the Saint.
Yep.
So I also
Live to ride.
The reason I'm scratching it, but mentioning that because UFO like you, I don't trust, but I scratched into this horse.
Yeah, both of those things. We don't trust him. We scratched into him, but I think we also have to be perfectly blunt about it. If he does run back to the race on April 17th, he's very likely going to win.
Yeah, but he's 0 for 5 at the distance. He's 0 for 8 on the Gulfstream Park main track, but maybe this is the spot. So maybe get a horse that's going first off the claim for Doug Nunn, that ran okay in its last race. It was the favorite, didn't run, backed up. Maybe a horse like this jumps up and grabs it.
Good for you for putting him in the mix because I've got all chalk here. At least all I got is he's got to be a number in here, even with 2 big scratches. So doing something different on a horse that's not, 0 for 11. That's not my kind of horse, but we've seen it in the past couple weeks or so. A lot of lifetime maidens, they all kind of have to win sometime.
Cadence has never, ever tried the main track in 7 career starts and has never smelled the winner's circle or the board. So what do we get today?
I think that's the interesting thing with Cadence because he's certainly bred for the main track. Now, we've got a Hall of Famer calling the shots in Mark Cassidy that's never tried him on the main track. So maybe he's just telling us something, and he's throwing something at the wall today. Cadence got to come back out of the way. He tried to wire on Tapeta going long. That's not the thing you want to try to do. Wiring on the main track at a mile is definitely what you want to do.
The key there is definitely Sammy Camacho, too, our leading rider. So it certainly adds to the appeal. Now, I had this horse in 4th, but I took it out. We only showed 3, but I had interest in that horse also. Race number 6 today is 5.5 furlongs on the all-weather Tapeta. It's an allowance optional claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. We have a jockey change on the 5 Neo Star, make that rider Jesus Rios. And we talked about Reza Rolex, a 10-time winner in how many? 13 starts on the all-weather surface.
Amazing. He's 3 for 6 on the turf as well. He can run over anything. We're going to show you the October 11th race because I want to show you just how good he is on Topeta. He was out of his element a little bit at Keeneland. Other than the Shaker Town, it's not like he was disgraced in there by any stretch of the imagination. He is so good. He had to work hard in this spot to make the front and clear. It's not as easy as you look in your form. Oh, he's a length clear the whole time. He had to work much harder to clear off there, and then Edgar Zayas just kind of looks over his shoulder, and he's going to laugh at this group. And there is no one in here by any stretch of the imagination that can run with Reese's Rolex. He's as cool a horse, Ron, as we have here, and I'm talking about all year round at Gulfstream Park.
And after this race where you mentioned he had a, fight a little bit early on, he reeled off 3 consecutive victories after that. So a couple on the turf and one on the all-weather surface. Certainly looks like the one to beat. Let's show you a stat with Joe Orsino. So maybe a little cherry on the top, we'll call it, with horses going from turf to Topeta, 15%. But I like the in-the-money percentage, 64%. I don't know how much you read into this. Just wanted to show you that.
Yeah, it's a solid stat. That's what Joe is. He's in the teens with everything he does. Such a good horseman, and he has done a great job with this horse who you can see it right in your form. Joe just gradually gave him more and more, and he answered the bell every time. He's necked out by Mybor Prince, a legitimate graded stakes horse. He's second to Litigation, who could win the Grade 1 Jaipur tomorrow at Saratoga. This is such a cool dude.
Number 6, Coppola, may have found a spot where he can get some of his speed back. He ran into Okiro, who's going on, I believe, a 3 or 4 race win streak last time out. This is a much easier spot than last time. I don't think he can reel and Reese's Rolex, but I got to believe this is a spot where he can grab a share.
This is 1-6 all day, and it's a $4.30 exacta, but it is what it is. He didn't run terribly on Topeta last time. He's clearly not the same horse anymore. I will say this, he showed a little bit of life on Topeta last time, Ron, because he's all speed, Coppola, and he got run off his feet, and he didn't quit, to his credit. He had a little traffic in the lane, nothing there, but it's a good post for him.
He was one of my favorite
horses
early on. Lost some of his, as Brian likes to say, fastball, take care of business to 2. Is going to close. I don't know if he's going to close up on those 2, but he's certainly going to try and close. Race number 7 this afternoon, 1 mile and 1/16 on the all-weather Topeta claimers for 3-year-olds of 4 and up, which have never won 3 races or a race since November 5th. Got to take a breath after reading those conditions. And this one is where the Sunset 6 is going to start. The last 3 races here and the last 3 races at Santa Anita. Our buddy Pete Aiello out there calling the races this weekend. And if we have the pleasure of having Jason Beam here, no matter who's calling the races, it's a good bet.
It is as good a bet as we offer, and it's even the coast to coast gets a bigger pool. But if you have a price in the Sunset and you have a good day of handicapping,
you're going to get paid.
Well, it's all yours, I think.
We have a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of carryovers in that. We don't in the other, because the others, well, you might say, more formful races. But this one is really tough to hit. Now, you started it off with number 2, Batera from Kent Sweezy, who comes out of a pretty good race that produced a couple of next out winners. But that was in the Peter Miller barn, and that was at Oakland Park.
The total guess. There's just no way I could possibly pick the 7. So I'm picking a horse that has some class. Those races at Oakland are very good over the winter, especially on the dirt, obviously. This horse ran okay. And he's dropping in class, and he's got speed. I'm going to take a shot.
Animestic is moving to the Victor Barboza Jr. barn. He's 34% first off the claim. Let's show you that race where the horse got beat in neck. Okay, you don't like him maybe for the previous connection, but somehow Victor gets these horses to run.
You are right, but I'm telling you what, everybody should set their alarm for 4:04 in the p.m. so they can get involved in trying to bet against Amanestic, because he is legitimately, he might be even money in this race, Ron. He
he's going to be, he could be.
I had to go back. I had to use our friends at Formulator, DRF, because I had to go back and see how many consecutive races he's lost and when the last time he's won. And he always, somehow, some way, he can't hold off Las Olas. Come on. He has not won a race. He's lost 13 straight races, and he has not won a race since November 9th of 2024. He's 3 for 36 lifetime. He's got 12 underneath finishes, and he might be 4 to 5 in this race.
3 letters come up to mind. D-U-E. He's due. He's due. He's Victor
no
Barbosa
way.
is almost 35% first off the claim. He must have spotted something.
He must have.
Okay. So you go 3 deep. You maybe don't single this horse. Brian's talking like you got to single this horse. I did use you too.
Okay.
But
All
what
right.
about the 9 horse in here? Backdoor Royalty. Kent Sweezy in here. That's the other Kent Sweezy.
And he's a 2-time Tapeta winner, dropping in class with speed. He's a big player as well. I would
you
definitely
got to use him.
Yeah.
I really think you got to use
Agree.
him. All kidding aside. And then you got Dixie Preach for Victor Russo. That maybe can grab a share underneath. We both use it on our super ticket.
Hey, Nick Juarez is back, right?
Is he back?
Yep.
Yeah, he ran over in Sweden in a marathon. That's 26.2 scooter moving miles. So, I mean, that is incredible. He's the best. How do you go all the way to Sweden and run 26
I
miles?
know. You could just do it right here. You have to go to Sweden.
Race 8 this afternoon is 5.5 furlongs on Tapeta. It's a starter optional claimer for 3-year-old fillies. Clean slate, no scratches, jockey changes in this race. And it kicks off the coast-to-coast 2 races here, 434, 534. I'm lost on this one.
I got 228 there. That's not bad. That's,
Yeah.
228.
228. Now, I didn't look that one up, so I can't even pretend to
Now,
do it.
Pete's not here. I don't know if Jason's going to tell you, but it's Overlay City, you know. It is a great bet.
No, it's
as
good.
good
It's
a
great.
bet as we offer here with our sister track. at San
Retail
Anita.
only, 15% takeout. So it's certainly, it's great if you can hit it. I never hit it. I came this close. For a big price. I remember it was in Christine Lee, the former Christine Lee's, and we were screaming and yelling for like $6,000. I got beat this much. But that was in the past. We're talking about now, and the horse we're going to talk about is the 3 Viking Quest that started off, who's dropping down for Lauren Robson. Where? She's not around here, is she?
I don't think so, but she's very high percentage. They can't bet enough on her horses either. Ronnie's doing the same thing I'm doing. We're taking turf horses that have just been running against better horses. And Viking Quest has only run once on Tapeta, and it looks like a total no-show. It was at 2 turns. And I promise you, the last thing Viking Quest wants to do is run 2 turns. So Lauren got him sprinting on the turf. She has been very, very good. She's going to like this group around her today, Ron.
Kent Sweezy looks like he emptied the local barn today, and he's got Rockcha. This one for his connections. It's going to drop this afternoon. I think face better going around 2 turns on Tapeta. Made that move almost to get the lead, backed up to get beat 3 lengths. This is another horse that wants a sprint, I believe.
Absolutely. It's a great post for Rockya. They're going to run fast early, and she is another one, like my pick, is going to meet a group she's going to like.
The number 5 horse in here is Street Sue for Carlos David, coming off a really impressive win on the all-weather surface. Interesting, they took the blinkers off last time out, and this horse exploded to victory. What do we get today?
Yeah, well, she's stepping way up today. This is as good a group for this kind of race as you're going to see. She was 2 to 5 in a 9-horse field, so you know they're going to come back to her today. Wouldn't be surprised if she's the favorite. The waters are so much deeper today for Street Sue.
Yeah, hard knocking Chisputa first off the claim by Nolan Ramsey. Certainly Diego Herrera in the saddle.
2-time winner on it.
Yeah. 2-time winner in the field, very important. Race number 9 this afternoon is going to be 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's a maiden race for 3-year-olds. We scratched the inside horse Win Runner, which was my top pick, who I thought was the speed of the speed in this race when I was handicapping. Now it becomes a little more wide open. And did you have that horse on top, or did you always have Love You, Charlie?
I did always have Love You, Charlie. We're going to show you this work here. I thought this was a very, very good work. She is a half to Love Love You Morgan, who we know very, very well here. She is on the outside of Le Chasseur. She's also a half to Cyber Time, who was 8 for 11 and won her debut as well. This is a nice work, Ron. It is a very polished work. There's plenty under the hood here. She's doing it well within herself. And you can see when Le Chasseur gets to actually passes her, she kind of takes off again. And you're going to see it on the out here. She wants to kind of run by her. She's doing it well in hand here. Watch the tote board. Rashid Hughes is on this one. Micah is on the other one. But I don't know if that matters much anymore because we've seen Safi in the past. He's given Rashid Hughes a lot of live mounts, and he has certainly picked up and run with them. That is for sure. I'm looking right here, Ryan. Look at the gallop out here. Gone. Goodbye. This is a dangerous first-time starter, I think.
Well, with the scratch of the one-win runner who had the most starts in the field, I went with another horse that's had a couple of starts, and that's the Kid Is Back, who's I thought ran very well, sprinting on the turf, 2 starts back against considerably tougher tries, 2 turns on the grass, coming back for Nick Palmer. Now this was my second choice.
Sure.
I was looking to get a little bit of price on the win runner. That's not going to happen this afternoon. So that's how I ended up with the number 4 on top of my ticket.
So much the horse to beat. The Tapeta is a question mark. I get it. As is a sprint, because going from 7.5 to 5.5, that was a really fast race. And he showed plenty of speed in that spot, too, so he's going to be close enough.
Can't tell you how many times you look at a horse like the number 7 Candied Up, and you don't see much when you're looking at it. Trying the turf, trying 2 turns in its debut for Safi Joseph Jr. These horses come back and run exceptionally well, putting blinkers on. I mean, you can't leave this horse off your ticket.
Safi, 2 for 48 adding blinkers. That's impossible, too. We talked about Carlos David. You got to use him. Yes, he was 9-1 in his debut in a 2-turn turf race. That's in and of itself. There's a lot of oddities in that. I would expect him to run better today. He's a total guess, right?
Just a couple other things. The number 2, Atomic Dawn, was a half to Run Curtis, that New York bred. That was really good. And Doc Holliday was a half to Boca Boy, who's really good at 2-year-old. As a 2-year-old, of course, this is older horses today, I mean, being 3-year-olds in that spot. So just some food for thought as you look at the 9 races. But we're not done. It's my favorite lightning round of the week because we get to see what's going on with both the jockeys and the trainers.
Got a loaded lightning round here because we've got a big weekend at Gulfstream Park. Standings, it's just about face. Everything has stayed the same with the exception that Sammy Camacho has kind of waved goodbye. But this is the first time, right, Ronnie? Diego Herrera is now in second.
That's what I was pointing at. And Angel Vasquez, Miguel Vasquez, 34. So I just think these are the regular guys here.
This is what it's going to be throughout. Yep, Micah Husbands and bopping a little here and there. And Edwin, of course, former leading champion jockey here himself.
Yeah, so trainers, is it still Safi?
Oh, yeah. Safi has asserted some dominance here. He's up 7 now, and these 4 guys are they're going to vie themselves. Victor, Carlos David, Mark Cassie supports us so well during the summer, and there Jose D'Angelo as well.
Yeah, normal guys up there. As you mentioned earlier, 3 stakes on tomorrow's card and an 11-race card.
3 good stakes tomorrow, too. 2 on the Tapeta, and then the big drama is this very, very solid race. Yeah. This is a Ron Nicoletti race because it's at 7 furlongs tomorrow. And Rolando, who's 4 for 5 at Gulfstream Park, he is not a 7 furlong horse, Ronnie. I'm sure you've noticed that yourself. He's 0 for 5 at 7 furlongs, but this was an awesome performance because the horse that he beat right there, Con Campagna, won here the other day.
I did go with Concrete Glory in that race.
Who'd you go?
Right? Big drama?
Concrete Glory, yeah. Safi down on the inside, loves it here, and loves 7 furlongs.
Yeah, I was just looking to see who I picked in that race. Of course, the Belmont Stakes is tomorrow. And, boy, Brian and I were so lucky to be sitting here all winter long and watching a lot of these horses run. And they are going to come back, and I think they're going to make a good account of themselves in the Belmont Stakes. I'm talking about Chief Wallaby, Commandment.
Yes.
I didn't ask, how are you going in this race?
I'm not a Chief Wallaby fan. I just don't think he wants to run this far at the end of the day. I'm going to come back to Commandment. I don't think he had a fair go of it at all in the Derby, and I don't think he got a very good I don't think he got the ride that they wanted.
Well,
in the
Chief
Derby.
Wallaby got bopped around
Yeah,
a
he
little
did.
bit. I got him. It's a mile and a quarter. It's not a mile and a half.
Yep.
So it's not like it's a mile and a half. Everything is changed. But certainly, what a great betting race. Because, hey, the Kentucky Derby favorite, last I saw early money was 8-1.
I didn't see that, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'll tell you what, if you've watched the 2 races, 2 days so far this week, and you
boy.
watched the first race,
Yeah.
Golden Temper and Renegade can't win.
Golden Rail.
Can't win.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
it's just
one horse
been
has
speed.
passed anybody.
Now, I don't know if they turn it around. There's always this mystic thing that they can turn something around on the track. I asked our track guys, and it's just the way that it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe from not being used for all that time, the inside is much stronger. You know, much faster than the outside. They hadn't run at Saratoga since last year, so we'll see how that plays out. We got a tournament.
Yeah, tomorrow, 10 Palms is popping tomorrow because we've got the bet and brunch. That's tomorrow. You can get involved in that $100 tournament, I do believe. And then also, obviously, there's a Belmont watch party tomorrow. Silks is going to open early, all that good stuff. They open early today as well, and it's going to be a fun day.
First race is 10 o'clock.
11 o'clock first race tomorrow, so I think Silks opens at 10:30.
Yeah, and of course we got our 3 stakes here. Don't forget that. And we've got the wages we talked about today. The Sunset 6 and the Coast to Coast.
You
There
said
see
it.
it. The Sunset 6, last 3 here, last 3 at Santa Anita, and of course the Coast to Coast kicking off in race number 8 this afternoon. Your best bet today?
Well, my best bet is in 22 minutes now, and my perfect
Oh, there
lady,
you
and I'll
go.
tell you what, if she is 7-2, that would worry the heck out of me, but that's her.
I have my best bet is Risa Rolex taking the chalk today because I wanted to single that horse in the Rainbow 6. Your long shot.
I got nothing.
No, I got right here in race number 1, 6-1 on the morning line. As Brian likes to say, rip the Band-Aid off. I actually have one here. Cut myself again out in the yard. So I think that maybe this horse with the speed turning back, sitting up there at 6-1 might be a nice play for you.
I like it. Good price in the opener. What a way to start. Hey, Jason Beam, one of the good guys.
One of the good guys.
Colonial, Tampa Bay Downs does such a good job. Great podcast.
Yeah, he's got and he's here today, and of course Pete Aiello out calling at Santa Anita while everybody. It's like musical.
It
announcers.
really is.
You know,
Yeah.
one goes to Saratoga, the other one goes here, the other one goes there, and Brian and I
We're not
are
going
always here all day long. Good luck, everybody.